Welcome to all the new dreamers who stopped by DawnDares2Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, I decided to kind of go ahead and start my vacation tip series. So the last video you should have seen talked about getting COVID testing. So go check that out if you haven't. I'm actually going to put the link to the series at the end of this actual video. But today I want to talk about why I can vacation so much. I know sometimes if you follow me on social media or if you're one of my family or friends, it's like, man, she goes on a lot of vacations. The only year I haven't really gone on at least 2 vacations is in 2020 because of, the pandemic situation. Well, and this year, I think I'm hitting 5. I actually go on a vacation again this month. I leave on Friday. So by the time this video airs, that will be actually tomorrow. So I want to talk about what it takes for me to go on all these vacations. And to be honest with you, it is about money, but it's also about mindset. So we're going to tie in mindset with today's vacation tips video. Let me give you a little bit of background if you haven't seen my other videos where I talk about how I started vacationing. When I was a kid, I had my mother's sister and her husband and their 4 kids. They used to vacation and I thought it was like sweet. And one year I actually got to go with them. I think I was 18 or 19 years old. I had to pay for my own expenses, but I didn't have to worry about hotel or anything like that. And we took a road trip to Myrtle Beach. It was a lot of fun, and I had always envisioned myself vacationing. I just didn't know how to do it because me, my brother, my mom, we didn't really go on any vacations. My mother being a single parent and all, and like I told you in that Talks with Mom video, she didn't really get child support. And we'll kind of get into that again on another video to talk about the ways and means in which my mother was able to survive and take care of her 2 children the best way she knew how. But we're going to get into that on another Talks with Mama. But today we're going to stay on track. We're going to stay on track, right, Mommy? Right. Yeah, we're going to stay on track, and we are going to continue to talk about vacationing. So I went on vacation with them, and that was it. And I think I've gone on a couple church retreats and like a girls trip when I was maybe in middle or high school with the church. As you know, I grew up in church. So that's about it. I think I've been to Ocean City or something. Now, fast forward to moving here to Houston, Texas, I meet my son's dad, and he likes to take cruises, and he likes to go to Jamaica, and he's a vacation kind of guy. So he was my kind of guy, you know what I mean? So he really opened the door to vacationing, and that it was really possible. The catch with that was it was possible with a larger income. He made a lot more money than I did when we first met, and so most of the trips that we took, to be honest, in the beginning, all the trips we took, he paid for them. But I was able to get on some trips, which was really, really nice. Then after, being together, we were together like 5 years. So towards the end of the relationship, I had got my career that he had helped me to get and showed me the way. So I was making a little bit more paper, and I was able to actually help out with the vacations. But that being said, I was learning to vacation with having a second income. I still didn't know how to vacation on a single income because it wasn't necessary. I didn't need to. I had a mate at the time. So when we broke up, I needed to figure out how to keep vacationing. So I did finally get on a vacation when we split. Like when we first split, I went on a cruise with one of my friends and her family. And it was really cool and it was really nice and I really enjoyed myself. But again, I was vacationing with people. So the price of that cabin was a lot, it was inexpensive in comparison if I had to pay for that same cabin by myself. Because the trick with cruising is when you cruise, you're paying for the price of the cabin. So the fee for that cabin is divided up amongst the people who are going to be in it. Now there are different promos that they are going to give you here and there, especially when you're a frequent cruiser, that's going to lower the cost of that cabin. But you're still paying for the cost of the cabin, whether it's one person or 4 people, and all cabins don't hold the same amount of individuals. So let's get back on track. I kind of deviated. That is something that we'll talk about in a later video more in depth. So I go on a cruise with them, have a blast. Then after that, I said, well, how am I going to be able to go on vacation? But I need you to pay attention. I'm always thinking about vacation. Even in a space where I don't know if I can afford it, vacation is on my mind because everything is about mindset. Remember, I talk about everything begins with a thought. So I'm always thinking about vacation, even though I don't know how I'm going to get on there, how I'm going to pay for, who I'm going to go with, where I'm going to go. I'm still thinking about just a general idea of vacationing. So I actually go on this bus trip with one of my friends to Louisiana to go gamble. I'm not a big gambler, but I had just split with my son's dad, and I was just trying to find things to do to occupy my time because I wasn't used to being single. I had a partner to do things with for 5 years, and now I was out here, going solo dolo, right? So I needed to just get involved with things. So anything anybody was doing that I could possibly enjoy, I was trying to get on board to do. So I went to Louisiana with her, but on this bus ride there was this network marketing company that was talking about, they had what do you call it, they had package trips. It was a travel club, but it had a network marketing component to it as well. So I joined that network marketing company, did the traveling with them for about 6 years, I think. And it was nice because it was a travel club, so you traveled in groups. Again, I got to travel. And the prices were reduced because they were buying, cabins on ships, resorts, hotels in bulk. And then they were passing the savings back down to us. So I didn't have to pay full price. So there were a lot of places that I went that I would not have been able to afford to go. But I wanted to vacation. Remember, I wanted to travel. And so my mindset was all about vacationing and traveling. And you see what my mindset pulled in? You see what the law of attraction did for me? You see what my focusing with intention did for me? You see that? I was able to travel for 6 years, travel at a rate that I could afford, and travel with people so that I could feel safe as a single woman traveling. It was really cool. So I did that for a while. Then after, I guess about the 6th year, I didn't have as much help with my son. And so I knew I couldn't travel as much, and it didn't make logical sense. It didn't make financial sense to continue to be in the travel club and to pay the fees if I wasn't going to actually use the product. So I actually ended my membership, closed out, canceled my membership with them, and there was no penalty or anything. And I didn't travel for a while, but travel was always on my mind. So now, fast forward to today, my son lives with his dad. I can actually now travel when school is in session, which makes traveling a lot cheaper, because when kids are out of school, it costs more money to travel because that's when most people travel. So if you can travel when most people are not traveling, you can get a deal. That's another tip. Sneak. I'll sneak those tips in there. But again, we'll have a whole video to talk about how to travel inexpensively and how to travel, on your budget, how to travel staying in 5-star resorts if that's what you choose, and how to do that and be able to manage that, and then how to travel as many times a year as that you choose to. Those are going to be some videos that will be coming up next. But this video is really all about the mindset of travel. So because I always wanted to do travel, because I always focused on it, I was able to do it. And now I've transitioned into being a travel insider. I've never been a travel insider, and what I mean by that is I am a travel agent. And traveling this way is a lot better than any other way that I've traveled. I get to know about the deals and everything that's going on. And again, these are all things that I've always done. I just wasn't making money from it. So I really enjoy making money from my travels, because I realize that I travel so much and I'm always recommending things to my family and friends. Why not create some kind of business out of it? And so I had been wanting that. So I had the thought, and then I ran into someone who was actually living that life and who was working that particular opportunity. And I'm, still in the opportunity today, and I can't see that I will change because I like to travel. And again, I get to make some pennies off of my travel. So the travel mindset is an interesting one, because the biggest thing is travel is my priority when it comes to how I'm going to spend my money. Outside of paying my bills, the next bill that's a standard bill is travel on my balance sheet. And having that balance sheet and being able to plan out my trips, it allows me to go on as many as I do. So the next video, what we'll do is we'll talk about what does that mean for me to be able to plan these trips? How am I doing that? What's my process? What's my train of thought? And how am I able to stick to it? Because today I just wanted to highlight whatever you think about the most will manifest. And since I was a kid, I've always thought about traveling and seeing other places in the world. You know, living in the US, we meet a lot of people from all over the world, but it's one thing to go where people live, where the culture began. And I enjoy travel for just that reason. Plus, I love beaches and I love the relaxation of it all. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, remember to leave me a comment down below with any questions that you may have. I'm also going to have my face up here in a circle, so if you have not subscribed to my channel, you can click on my face, select the gray bell, select all. That way you can be subscribed to my channel and be notified to all the new content that I place up here to YouTube. And I'm going to put a couple series up there, and I put my carnival vacation that I just had. There's like 5 videos in there. I had a lot of fun. The last video I did karaoke. Take a look at that. The karaoke is actually at the end of the video. And I'm also going to put this new series up here as well, the vacation tips, because I'll now have 2 videos in that series. And then last, what I'm actually going to do is put my instant inspiration series up as well. The instant inspiration is just videos where I talk about mindset and what that means to me and how to use mindset. The videos are 3 to 5 minutes long, and they're good, meant to give you a kickstart of inspiration and motivation for your day. Have a great day, dreamers.